This chart has 3 areas of red, 1, 2, and 3. 2 of those are identical and 1 is the oddball out. Do you know which one is the oddball out? Once we figure out which ones are identical, it leaves major clues as to Bitcoin's next huge move. Hit that subscribe button. My name is Steve. 5-day masterclass is live. The feedback has been incredible. There's 3 simple steps to this masterclass. Number 1, you sign up. Step number 2, you get my dominant plan for this bear market and the next bull. Step number 3, you sit back, you relax, and you make more money. Now you're wondering, is this masterclass for me? I'm going to describe 3 distinct people. If you fit in that category, this masterclass is for you. If you don't, it's not for you. Person number 1, my students. Everything covered in this masterclass is what you have to know right now, and it's not covered in my current courses. You have to have this information. Person number 2, somebody who's serious about recovering your losses. And person number 3, someone who's serious about multiplying their portfolio. If you're serious about multiplying your portfolio and serious about recovering your losses, this will literally be the best investment you have ever made. You go to cryptocrewuniversity.com and there's a huge early bird discount because we just launched this program. The problem is once those seats are filled at this price, the price is going to go up by a lot. So you've got to sign up quick before the seats fill up. cryptocrewuniversity.com. Go there right now, scoop this up. I'll see you on the inside. Now, what we have in front of you right here is the Super Guppy. This is a fascinating chart, and we're going to do our due diligence, but make no mistake, we've just flashed orange. This is a rare occasion, but first we need to decide which 2 are similar and which is the oddball out. This one in the middle does not have any orange, so we can throw it away right away. This one here in 2015 has a whole bunch of orange. So now that we've got the oddball out, I want to show you how identical these 2 are, and then we're going to find the clues. And these clues will lead us to figuring out Bitcoin's next big move. This is what everybody wants to know, and it's laid out in front of you. Are you seeing what I'm seeing so far? When you're just looking at the charts, whether you have 20 minutes of experience or 20 years, I want you to look and see what I am seeing in this chart because it's pretty fascinating. What you can use this Super Guppy for is you can identify, hey, when we're in a bull run, you can see all of these moving averages, you can identify the colors, and you can identify when we have corrections during these bull markets and where they go to, and then also the twisting and turning of what happens in a bear market. You can look at colors, price action, you can identify trends, and you can look at fractal patterns, which is what we're going to look at right now. What I want you to do is peel your eyes up here to the current market and peel your eyes down here to the 2015 market. When you see this white color, right, we were in green, and when we changed to white and from white to red, was a period of about 200 days. What if I told you it's that same 200-day period in 2022, meaning we changed from green to white and we stayed in white for about 200 days prior to turning red. So far we have that 200-day period. But it gets a little more interesting because it wasn't just straight white. We actually rallied in 2015. If we zoom in, we rallied all the way up to the top of this white. Happened about 2 months in to being white. We did the exact same thing here in 2022. We changed white, and then about 2 months later, we rallied up to the top of the white. What happened next is pretty interesting because we went from the top of the white and we capitulated straight to our market bottom. What did we do in 2022? In pretty much the same amount of days, we capitulated from this top of the white right down to our market bottom. Now, let's call this bottom point number 1, and we're going to use this to find our clues. Our clues are coming in just a moment. Take a look, because we'll call this data point number 1. So our point number 1 is our market bottom. We'll also label this point number 1 at what we deemed market bottom about 130 days ago. What gets interesting is in 2015, we went from data point 1 to what we'll call data point 2. We rallied all the way up back into these moving averages just before we changed to red and orange, right? We'll call that data point number 2. Why is it important? Because that's precisely what we did in 2022. We rallied from this bottom here all the way up into the orange. Just as we turned orange, we rallied up into there, and then we came back down below the orange, and we consolidated down below this orange. What did we do in 2015? After we rallied up into this colors here, and then we changed from red to orange, we were really consolidating below the orange. We're doing the exact same thing. So we have data point 1 here, we have data point 2 here, and we have data point 3 here. Those distinct 3 data points are precisely the same that we see here. Data point 1, data point 2, and data point 3. This leads us to understand what's happening in the market in these fractal patterns. And if you've seen my videos, we really are high on this 2015 fractal pattern. If you look at all sorts of different charts from different angles, we're really, really closely mirroring this 2015 market structure, which is really good for Bitcoin in the long run. But let's take it a step further, because we've got data point 1, data point 2, and data point 3. This is where things start heating up, because in 2015, after we consolidated under the orange in data point 3, Bitcoin did something that shocked everybody. Because at this time in the market, everybody thought we were going a lot lower. We had been consolidating. Price was incredibly boring. You can see that for months we were just down here, right? Months we were down here, just moving sideways, consolidating, and people got bored with Bitcoin. They thought it was going a lot lower, and Bitcoin rallied all the way up into this red area here, even marking our other highs, right? We had a little high here, we had a little high here, and we basically had this little triple top action, right? We had a little triple top action, and then we capitulated to form a double bottom. So it was a beautiful formation, but this rally is what I want to discuss next. We'll call that data point 4. So we have data point 1 here, we have data point 2 here, which was that rally into the color change. Data point 3 is that consolidation under the orange, and then data point 4 is where things really get interesting. So if we look at that fractal pattern and we compare it to present day, we have data point 1 here, we have data point 2 here, we have data point 3 here, which is we're consolidating under that orange, just as we did in 2015. But what if Bitcoin did something similar to data point 4? Where would that bring price? How high could we potentially go, and what would that mean for the market? And more importantly, if we did have that beautiful rally, not only is the question how high did we go, but could we actually capitulate a second time, forming a double bottom after that? And what would that look like? Because this low went a little bit lower than that first pivot low. Let's break that down, because I wanted to share this chart with you because it's fascinating, right? You come on this channel to learn. In every video, I show you learning, and I show you charts and facts, and you say, wow, this is so interesting. But let's take a look, because if Bitcoin were to rally, how high would it go? Our fractal pattern in 2015 went to our previous pivot high, which our previous pivot high is about 25K. And not only that, the 2015 fractal pattern rallied into the red. So could we rally into the red and rally up to 25K? Yes. Yes, we absolutely could. We absolutely could. These are weekly candles, and that may be what Bitcoin has in store next. Nobody would be expecting that. Everyone is expecting a lot lower prices, and Bitcoin likes to do the opposite of what everybody expects. Now, if we do follow that fractal pattern, and we somehow rally past the orange into the red, somewhere up around 24, 25K, I think that would be a recipe to continue this fractal pattern and have a drop down into the $17,000 range again, which would get the bears really, really excited. They would literally be drooling from the mouth all over the floor, and they would say, see, I told you, we're about to crash to 4K and 3K and 2K and $5 or whatever they're calling for, and we won't crash anymore. That will be our double bottom. I would love for that to happen. It's too early to tell, but what we can't deny is that we've been following this fractal pattern for about 300 or 400 days. It to the T. The amount of white that we've had with the level here into the change from green to orange and into this 1, 2, 3, 4 fractal pattern, everything is following to a T so far, and this is what I'm looking at. Let me know in the comments down below. Go to cryptocrewuniversity.com, scoop up that 5-day masterclass. I'll see you right back here in the next video.